Good morning and good evening, everyone. Welcome back. So till now, we started discussing, we created VPC. We know that how to create VPC, subnet, slot tables, internet gateways, peering, everything. And we have one VPN connection for our employees to know what went wrong. And then later for every component, we have created security groups, and then we are allowing the connections for the authorized component. Okay, so that we are doing it as part of firewalls. That is very important generally. And the second thing we did, we created VPN. And the third one, we did MongoDB. And the fourth one, application load balancer. This one is application load balancer, so that all the components we are creating, this will go and then connect with the application load balancers. And catalog component. Sorry, this is the previous batch. 1 second. Yeah, so here we are application load balancer we created, and then catalog component. So here you know already target groups, and then launch template, and after that auto scaling group, auto scaling policy, and then listener rule. So all these 5 things we created yesterday, and our component successfully we are able to access through the application load balancer. So every time whenever you get some doubt, the connection uh, security groups, you can refer this diagram. Okay, so it's not so much difficult, just to know which components should accept connection from which components. So that is the only thing we need to understand. And yesterday we have created the load balancer. So this is our public load balancer. Load balancer creation is very simple, just selecting the name and then what is the security group and what are the subnets it should be provisioned. Okay, so and this created a security group, sorry, this created load balancer. Okay, and we have to create the listener. So now since it is a public load balancer, we need to create the HTTPS listeners. Okay, HTTPS listener is mandatory here. It's not HTTP because it is public. Okay, so for that purpose we need ACM, that is nothing but Amazon Certificate Manager. And yesterday we have created it, ACM. It is simple. You need to give your domain, and then it will ask you to create the records. You just click it, you will get it. You'll get the certificate. Now we will do this through the Terraform. Okay, simple. The steps are ACM, Amazon Certificate Manager. First, create certificate by giving your domain, and then DNS validation, since we have the domain already with AWS, and create records. Create records in hosted zone automatically. Yeah, that's it. These are the steps. Okay. So now let us understand Terraform ACM with validation. So we have this one. So this is ACM certificate. Okay, and then this is the module. First, let us create the certificate. Okay, so this is the, yeah, here we have everything. So this is the certificate. So our domain is joindevops.online. Validation method is DNS. Okay, we can have tags also here. Tags equal to our var.common tags. Okay. So let us see whether this can create the certificate or not. Terraform plan. So it is saying no matching Route 53 zone found. This is the domain name, joindevops.online, validation of the DNS. And why is it not found? Anything wrong? Joindevops.online. This is correct. Oh, this is wrong. Oh, sir, this one. Okay, so this will create a certificate. Now let us apply. Terraform apply auto approve. Okay, when you are creating certificate, the domain should be with you. Otherwise, you cannot create the certificate. You need to prove the authority of your domain. Okay. So the next step here is, these are the steps. Okay. What are these steps? So this is your getting the data from your hosted zone. Okay. So this data source can get any information from your AWS account. Okay, this is private zone false. Since it's not private, it is public. And then here you can see, I'm just giving it as records. So this particular block will go and create the records. Okay, validation records. Just giving join DevOps. You can give yours. Certificate created. Now we can go and then check. Certificate created, but now it is time to validate. So for that validation purpose, we need to create the records. So that is what we are giving here. We are checking the data source, and this particular block will create the records. Okay. So this is just a default code. Yeah. AWS certificate. Better to give here also join DevOps. Okay. That's it. So this will go and create the records. And finally, this is the validation. Certificate ARN is this one. and validation record is this one. So this will create the certificates and this will approve the validation. That's it. Okay. Now I'm applying this. 39th line. What's wrong here? Oh, I can. This one also has joined ours. Yeah. Line number 41. There is something wrong. Here also it is. This names you can use whatever you want. Okay, but make sure you use the proper name at every place. No certificate created. I will get the records as well. This is the record. So now this should be validation. Yeah, so now it is done. Issued, but it is not yet in use. So we can use it for our listener. Since our listener is HTTPS listener, it will be on port number 443. You need to select certificate. You need to select certificate. Okay. So now the code, AWS ALB listener Terraform. Okay, if you see this, okay, you can see this is the HTTPS listener. Okay. So this listener, first you need to select the load balancer. What is our load balancer here? WebALB dot ARN, and then port number 443 HTTPS. This is common, and the certificate ARN. Let us keep our certificate ARN. AWS ACM certificate dot join DevOps dot ARN, and then default action forward, and we can go for fixed response as a testing purpose. Default action type fixed response. Yes. Okay, fixed response. I'm just giving some content. So this is the fixed response from WebALB HTTPS. Okay, so this is what I'm giving, and this will send the status code 200. That's it. Okay, now let us apply this. Okay, we can check here. So listener is created, but it is not reachable because we forgot to give the security group port number 443 in our web ALB. Okay, here we are allowed only port number 80. So you send a mail to the firewall team. So we created web application load balancer. We need port number 443 to be open. And the firewall team now here, so they can just enable that web ALB. You can see this is internet. I'm enabling port number 443 as well. Okay, web ALB internet HTTPS and then 443 port number 443 from internet security group. That's it. Okay, so now let us apply that. Okay, we got 443. Now you just go and give join DevOps.online HTTPS. This is from the cache. So it is saying not reachable. What is the troubleshooting step? HTTPS join DevOps.online. So first thing, we know this load balancer is working. Can someone please guess what is the issue? We know this load balancer is working. Okay, if you just see this through the DNS, okay, HTTPS DNS advanced. So this is working. Okay, but through join DevOps.online, it is not working. It is not working actually. Anyone can guess? Yeah, it is Route 53 record is missing. Okay, I didn't create Route 53 record for that load balancer. Okay, so now we need to create Route 53 record. So we already did that generally in app ALB. Let me copy that. And here, Route 53 record. Okay, this is the same join DevOps.online, and this is nothing. By default, it should go. And AWS LB dot web ALB, web underscore ALB dot DNS name. Okay, and web ALB Joan ID. That's it. Now this will create the record for Route 53 here. Okay, this is the old one, I think. 9063 yesterday I created, right, manually. That is the one. I created manually, so that is saying oh sorry, it should be 06 web ALP, right? So I'm still in 01 firewalls. Zero 06 web ALB, Terraform apply. Okay. Something wrong. Terraform init. Okay, now this is done. Let us open incognito mode. HTTPS join DevOps.online. It's still 6347. Load balancer is 6347. Can someone please access in your systems and tell me the response is coming? HTTPS. It is working. Maybe some problem from in my laptop. Okay. Yeah, it is working. Thank you. So now it is working. So now what is the flow? If someone access join DevOps.online, it should go to the load balancer, and from here our web component should work. Okay, we should get our RoboShop website. So now I need to attach our web component. Okay, like 07 web. So what is the process? You can directly create one instance and then install web component. But when the load is more, it should automatically create the new instances. So that is the purpose we are using all this story of launch template. And then what else? You can type with me. Launch template. First thing, target group. Okay, target group of web instances. Launch template of web. Auto scaling for web. And then auto scaling policy. And then what else? A rule in ALB to route the traffic. Okay, so this is the complete flow, right? And one condition, web instance should get traffic from web ALP on port number 80, not 8080. This is port number 80. Okay. Yeah. So this is the whole flow. So yesterday for catalog we created. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create it as a module. So the module name is Terraform RoboShop app. Okay. So here I'll create the module main.tf variables.tf. Okay. And then from here I will call it this. Okay. You know this code already. We did multiple times. I'm going to keep it inside the module. Okay. This is the module. I'm calling it as main target group. Okay, var.project name, var.common tags.component. It is fine. So keep it as variable so that many components can call and create all these resources in super speed. Okay, target group port. Okay, and then target group protocol. And then here VPC ID, var.vpc ID. And this health check, you can see this is a block. This is not a key value pair. If you have key equal to value, so that is key value pair. For example, key equal to this one, this is key, this is value. If you have equal to, this is key, this is value. If you don't have equal to, so this is called as a block. Okay, health check is a block here. I need to keep it inside a variable health check default equal to, and these are the values. Okay, so this is the default generally, but here the port is changing. What I'm going to give is var.healthcheck.enabled. var.healthcheck.healthy threshold. var.healthcheck.interval. And here var.healthcheck.matcher. var.healthcheck.path. var.healthcheck.port. var.healthcheck.protocol. var.healthcheck.timeout. And then here var.healthcheck.unhealthy threshold. So this is mostly same. This is 100% same for all the web components, but only for all the app components, this is the same. Every app component is working on 8080, and then the path health check status we have is /health. But only for the web component, the port number is 8080, and the path is not this one. Path is just /. Okay, so that is why I kept it as default. But from the web component, we override it. So, and you need to create all these variables. Okay, let me copy those variables. Project name, environment, and then user has to provide this project name, environment, and then common tags. Okay, so this is not optional. User has to supply that, because from the common tags I'm getting the component. Target group port, user has to supply target group port. I can make it default equal to 8080, and then target group protocol. Target group protocol. Default is HTTP. And then what else? VPC ID. User has to supply VPC ID. Variable VPC ID. There is no default. User has to supply. So that's it. So this will create the target group. Now in the web instance, what I'm going to do is main.tf module. So this is web. Okay, here source equal to Terraform RoboShop app. RoboShop app. So this is the source. What are the things we have to provide? Project name, environment, common tags. So let me copy from the previous thing. Here I'm giving variables .tf. So this is the project name, environment, and this one. Component name is web. Okay. And let me delete everything. This is the main.tf and variables. So what are the variables? Mandatory is this one we have given already, but this health check I need a little change. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to have variables here, health check, but this is slash and port number 80. That's it. And you need to pass this health check equal to var.health check. And then target group port. So this is changed. Target group port equal to, you can directly mention it here 8080. Okay. You can directly mention 8080. But for my purpose, I can create variable also. Variable target group port default equal to 8080. Sorry, this is 80 for web component. Var dot target group port. And target group protocol, this is obviously HTTP, so no need. VPC ID, we need to pass the VPC ID obviously. Okay, VPC ID. How can we get VPC ID? We need to have the data source. Data.tf. Okay, so data.value. Okay, that's it. So now I'm creating one customized. This is fully customized module for all our app components because we have around 5-6 components, right? It's not easy to write every time the same syntax. If you create the module, then it will be very easy to simply call it. Okay, health check, target group port, VPC ID. What else is mandatory here? Yeah, I need to pass the project name, environment, all those things as well. Project name equal to var dot project name, environment equal to var dot environment, common tags equal to var dot common tags. Okay, that's it. Let me create provider dot tf also. This is web component. Okay, so now 07 web Terraform init. So entire resource declarations are here. I'm just calling from different components. That's it. Terraform plan. It's your wish whether you create a module or you can directly write the source code like this. Okay, you can directly create the resource definitions like this, or you can create the module so that it will be useful for others also. While practicing also, it's completely your wish as per your comfort. Now Terraform apply. So this should create target group here. Okay, we got the target group created and it is on port number 80, and the health check you can see port number 80 slash. Okay, so target group created. What is the next resource? Please type so that you will get some focus. This is the next resource we should create. Launch template. Okay, let me take the launch template code. So I'm just customizing this launch template code, making it more generic. Okay, main. This is fine, and image ID. So it should be var.image ID. User must supply this. Let us keep this, and user must supply var.instance type, and then VPC security group ID has to supply var.security group ID. Okay, and this one user data var.user data, and this one again, this is a block. This is not a key value pair. This is a block. Okay, if you want multiple tags, generally you can just give tag specifications. This tag is going to attach to the instance, and this tag is going to attach to the volume. So you can keep it like this. Okay, so what I can do here is, the dynamic block. You remember the dynamic block. So what we did inside the dynamic block. Okay, so just make it as dynamic, and then for underscore each equal to tag underscore specifications, and then content will be here. Okay, you can repeat this. Var dot tag specifications. Now I'm going to keep it variable launch template underscore tags. Okay. Here, this is a list, default equal to list. So this will be tag specifications dot value of this one resource type, and this one is tags. Okay, so here this is the variable of this one. So you need to provide the launch template tags. And then, so this one, when you create tag specifications of dynamic like this will give us a variable tag specifications, and you can get like this. Okay. Yeah, user data you can supply. So I need to create a variable for user data also. So this is obviously not mandatory. Okay. User data is always optional. So image ID variable we created. No. Variable image ID. And then what else we need to create? Instance type. Instance type I'm going to create. But mostly we are using t2.micro. So I'm giving it as t2.micro default. And then what else? Security group ID, it is mandatory. Variable security group ID. And then launch template tags we already gave. User data we already gave it. So that's it. Now I'm going to add these to our module. So this is target group. Now the below variables are for launch template. Okay. So image ID is mandatory. So how can I get image ID? Through the data source. Okay. So that is data dot. And what else is mandatory? Image ID, instance type, security group, launch template tags, user data. Instance type, obviously it is t2.micro. Security group ID equal to, again, data source. So we have web security group ID created, web underscore sg underscore ID. I can give it data dot this one. Okay, value. And what else is mandatory? Launch template tags and then user data. So user data equal to base 64 encode of, we have something that one, right? What's this? This one, file base 64 web.sh. I need to have web.sh here. Okay. And just give this one. Web.sh. Okay, let us see what is there in web.sh. RoboShop shell TF I created. And there you can see this roboshop.conf. So we should not have this port. Okay, and this is catalog.app.user.app.cart.app. and shipping.app.payment.app. And we don't require this 8080. Okay, this is the one. Now RoboShop shell TF. So we have web.sh prepared. Yes, so now finally tag specifications launch template tags equal to, can just copy this one. Variable launch template tags default equal to is a list, but inside can have one map. So if you want another tags, what you can do here, you can just give the tags related for your volume. Okay. So you can just see that AWS launch template Terraform. You see there is a tag specifications here. Tag specifications. And you can give tags also, not a problem. And in this tag specifications, you can refer EC2 documentation. What are the tags available? So we have instance or we have volume. Okay, now let me give one more thing. Volume. So this is web component and this is web component. Oh shit. I'm changing in catalog. So here, here. This is web and this is web. Okay. Var dot launch template tags. So these are related to the launch template. Now let us go and then Terraform plan. Okay, launch template is getting added. Now Terraform apply auto up to. Let us go and then check launch template. Okay, we have RoboShop web. So this is the launch template we have. Now we need to create. Now we need to create this one. Auto scaling. Just copying the code, making it more generic so that other components can call main. So this already we have var dot max size, var dot minimum size, var dot health check, grace period, and var dot health check type var dot desired capacity. And then what is the target group? We already created with the main. Okay, I'm giving that, and launch template is already there. And VPC zone identifier. You need to provide the security groups. Sorry, subnet IDs. var dot VPC zone identifier. And then this is a block again. If you see the definition here, so there will be argument reference tag. Is saying the tag attribute accepts exactly one tag declaration with the following fields: key, value, propagate at launch. To declare multiple tags, additional tag blocks can be specified. So generally tags equal to is there, but tags equal to, this tags equal to, we write tags equal to something like that. Tags equal to we write, but here something different for the auto scaling group. It should be like this. If you want multiple tags again, like this, you have to give tag project RoboShop. You have to give like this. Okay, so I can make it dynamic, and then for underscore each equal to var dot tag content is this one. It is tag dot value of key, tag dot value of value, tag dot propagate at launch. Okay, so you can give any number of tags as you wish. So now you have to create var dot tag there. Timeout, it's not required. We can remove this. So this is the one. Let us now create the variables and then decide whether those are optional. Max size. Default, I'm making it as 10. Similarly, min size. Min size is at least one. One instance should be there all the time. And then desired capacity. Desired capacity, I can say 2. Default. These are the default. You can change it if you want. Target group, and then health check grace period. Default is 300. And then health check type. Default equal to ELB. And then target group launch template is then VPC zone identifier. You have to provide VPC zone identifier. Type equal to list actually. So this is mandatory. And then tag. Tag, we can make it optional, but we provide. Okay. So that's it. Now let us create this auto scaling. Okay, what are the mandatory things? VPC zone identifier is the mandatory thing for the VPC zone identifier equal to. So I need to provision this in private subnet IDs. So obviously I have to give private subnet IDs. and here data dot private subnet IDs dot value. But you need to write a split function. And what else is mandatory? Let's keep it default. Health check type is then tag. Let us keep it tag equal to var dot auto scaling underscore tag. I'm going to create this variable. Okay. Let me just copy it. Default equal to. Okay. You can have it as many you want. Let us have it like this. So this should be web. Project RoboShop. Yes, so this will iterate dynamically and then create the tags. So that's it, only two. Remaining thing, everything is optional. And I gave default values. Okay. Now Terraform plan. See, I'm giving here as a list so that if you tomorrow, if you create 10 instances, 5 instances or 4 instances in 1A and remaining 6 instances can be in 1B, so that there will be high availability for your application even if 1A goes down. Auto scaling group should create. Okay, this is the one. Oh, security group IDs from launch template, it is fine. Now let us check our instances. So there will be 2 web instances creating, and these will be in private subnet. Okay. And then here, if you check the security group, so this is allowing connection from VPN as well as web application load balancer. Okay. So I need to add this as a rule generally. What else remaining? I need to add a rule here inside our load balancer so that if someone hit our load balancer joindevops.com, it should go to our web target group. Right now, this is fixed. So it should go to the web target group. Okay, so let us have 4 minutes break. We can come back at 8:06. Okay, let's take 4 minutes break. Oh, sorry. Okay, I was in mute. So I was just checking whether we are able to connect to web instance or not. So I first logged into the VPN and then trying to connect to web instance. It's not able to connect. You can see clearly here. So when you are not able to connect to the particular instance, immediately go to that security group and then check whether it is connecting or not. Now, what should I do here? Can someone please type? What should I do here? Here I should add port number 22 from VPN. Okay. So as a firewall team, I'm coming here and then we know it is web underscore VPN. We are allowing port number 80. Similarly, we need to allow port number 22. Okay. Port number 22 from VPN. That's it. Now 01 dot and then apply it. So it's already exists. Web underscore VPN underscore SSH. Okay, now this rule is added. Okay, now we should be able to connect. Okay. DevOps 321. Let us check. Let's var log cloud init output dot log. Append to our user data. We are passing user data as part of our launch template, right? Yeah, we passed. Let us see netstat -lntp. Yeah, port number 80 is running. Just check the configuration etc nginx and then default.t roboshop.conf. Sorry, etc nginx conf.t and then cat roboshop.conf. Oh, it's not there. Where are we copying our roboshop configuration? Go to roboshop shell fweb.sh. Should copy here. Less hyphen. There is no roboshop.conf. What happened? Yeah, so got the problem. This is correct. Let us check what happened inside this service. cd/home/CentOS cd roboshop shell pf So we got web.sh and then roboshop.conf. So this one ran or not? Let me check again. Cloud init. This user data seems it didn't run. Yeah, it is running here. We can see success, success, and then success. There is something failure. RoboShop config failure. Okay. If it is failed, we have the log tmp, and here you can just check web.sh.log. So there is no RoboShop shell roboshop.conf. That is the problem. So here, what can I do? Inside web.sh. This is -tf. That's it. Terraform. What I can do here is I will delete launch template. I need to, so I change something. I need to push also. RoboShop shell tf. And okay, I pushed, and then so launch template is fine because yeah, it should be fine. I think now what I can do is I can just remove these instances so that auto scaling will create again. So I'm just removing auto scaling will create. There is no problem in launch template. There is no problem here. So there is no problem in this script. Okay, in this script, if something is problem, I need to create launch template again, but there is no problem here at all. So it is inside that I already corrected. So at runtime that will be automatically. So now let us see this web. Still initializing. Okay, meantime, we can concentrate on this other thing, that is policy. Okay, policy. name or CPU policy main dot name CPU target scaling. This is fine. And this is var dot auto scaling CPU target. Okay, I can keep it here. Variable auto scaling CPU target default. I'm going to give as what was the value earlier here? Var dot auto scale CPU target. I'm going to give it as 70. Okay, so nothing is mandatory. Everything is optional. So I no need to provide anything here. Auto scaling policy. I'm good with optional. Okay. So let us check this one. Tail -f var log cloud init output.log. Okay, so everything is success. Now the final thing is you can just check this. So this I am pushing it into the private subnet. Not a problem. Still, you can just check this. You can see we are getting the response already. Okay, from VPN. So now, what is the final thing? It is rule. This one. Rule is the final thing. Okay. Saying main listener ARN var dot ALB listener ARN. The user has to provide and var dot rule priority. Priority. Okay. Action type forward and then here var dot host header. Okay, that's it. These are the mandatory things. Variable listener ARN must provide, rule priority must provide, and then host header must provide. Okay. Now this will go and create the rule. Listener rule ALB listener ARN equal to. So we need to get it from the web ALB. Okay, I need to push that. Web ALB listener ARN. Web underscore ALB dot. What is this? Listener front end. Okay, now I'm pushing this. So just go to 05. 06 web ALB. I need to push this web ALB listener ARN, and I need to refer here. Web ALB listener ARN. Let us just confirm once again. Yeah. So I'm referring here. Now data dot value. And what else is mandatory? Rule priority host header. Var dot rule for rule priority. Can just say 10 and host header. Host header is join DevOps dot online. If any request come, join DevOps dot online, immediately send it to the target group of this one. Okay. Now that's it. Now let us just make sure our all auto scaling groups are running fine. Now let me apply Terraform plan first. Something wrong in copy mistake. What is it saying? Listener ARN got something invalid values. Okay. ALP listener ARN. Web ALP listener ARN. This is fine. But here, is it wrong? ALP listener ARN is fine. ALP listener ARN. I need to pass ALP listener ARN, web listener ARN. The data here is web listener ARN. Okay, let me check in the console what it has. Parameter store. Web ALP listener ARN. It has the value web ALP listener ARN. Is it wrong? Okay, forgot to save somewhere. Okay, now everything is going to be created. Let us go to the load balancers, listener. Let us see. Okay, we got a rule created, and what this rules is saying, just understand what this rule is saying. If a request comes with join DevOps.online, okay, forward to the target group. Now, if I say join DevOps.online, okay, can you guys try? Join DevOps.online, just tell me whether you are getting this. RoboShop this on or not. Okay, you are getting it. But I'm not able to get the categories. Now let us inspect. Let us troubleshoot. Categories. Request is still pending. So now let us understand. Okay, let us understand what is happening. Just repeat with me. First thing, I hit HTTPS join DevOps.online. First request, where it will go. So once you hit, where it will go, the immediate thing. Yes, it goes to Route 53 and get the load balancer URL. If you want to see, you can just check NS lookup or so NS lookup join DevOps.online. Okay, so you'll get two address. So these two address are our public load balancer address. You are not able to see in the console. So, but these are from our AWS web application load balancer address. Okay, so that URL, obviously that URL is going to be give the IP address like this. If you want to confirm, now let me hit the load balancer URL. Okay, so we have this one, right? RoboShop Web ALB. So now this is our so this is our just the DNS. This is our DNS. Now, if I look up this, you can see these are the IP addresses or our load balancer. AWS will manage. We don't need to worry. Okay, so Route 53 and get the load balancer URL. So now request will go to load balancer. Okay, so now here load balancer security group should allow 443. Okay, so let us check this. Load balancer security group should allow 443 from internet. Okay, it is allowing. So once it is allowing, so now there is a rule, there is a listener on 443. Okay, so fifth point, load balancer should have listener on 443. Okay, so it has the listener and go inside. Now let us check the rule. So if the host header is join DevOps.online, now rules will be evaluated. Okay, it has rule join DevOps.online as header. Okay, so this rule is satisfied. So this rule is satisfied. Now the request will go to the web target group, right? So now load balancer will send request to web target group, right? So web target group. So we have multiple instances. Okay, so another one instance it will be taken one instance randomly. Okay, let us check this instance. So this instance should allow traffic on port number 80 from WebALB. Okay, so this is allowing port number 80 traffic on WebALB. You can see this. Allowing port number 80 from WebALB. Okay, now LB will send a request to WebALB. Web target group. Web instance should allow traffic from WebALB. So that is already there. So now the request reached this instance, and now request reached web instance, and we got response. Okay, so we got response. Now what happened here in the UI? There is a request went to. There is a request went to this one. That is this categories. Now this is the request. Okay, so you know this. Till here it will go to the our web instance, and slash API slash catalog slash categories. We have it already. Let me just log in here in our configuration, web configuration. SSH CentOS DevOps 321. Okay, so we know this. What we know, this one will reach web instance. Okay, so once it reaches web instance, here we have our configuration cat etc nginx conf or default.t roboshop. Okay, here there is, if a request comes with this, then we need to send it to the catalog.app.joindevops.online. Okay, so what is this catalog.app.joindevops.online? Okay, star.app.joindevops.online. Right, so now web instance is calling this one. So what is the matching one for this? So what is this actually? Can someone tell me? What is star.app.joindevops.online? So that is app ALB. App ALB. So now app ALB should allow traffic from web instance, right? On port number 8080. Sorry, on port number 80. App ALB should allow traffic from web instance on port number 80. So now let us check. App ALB security. So this is allowing port number 80 from what? Port number 80 from web, and port number 80 from VPN. What is this web? Let me check. App ALB web. So source security group, it is from web ALB. You can see app ALB is accepting connections from web ALB, but it's not correct actually. App ALB should allow traffic from web, not web ALB. So here we did a simple mistake. It is not web ALB, it is web SG. Okay, so now let us apply this change. 0.1 dot Terraform apply. Okay, that is corrected. So now the traffic will go to from app ALB, traffic will go to this one. And now, so what is the thing here? This one. So if something catalog.app.joindevops.online in app ALB, if host is catalog.app.joindevops.online, it should go to category target group. Okay, category target group. And from category target group, obviously we will get the response. Now category instance should allow traffic on port number 8080 from app ALB. Okay, let us check this. Now app ALB listeners rules catalog and then here security group. Let me take any catalog instance and then security group. Catalog should allow traffic from port number 8080 from app ALB. Now this is good. So maybe that was the problem. Now if I refresh, now you can see I'm getting the categories. Okay, so you visualize this diagram whenever you are getting something wrong. Okay, so you visualize this. So this one, this particular app ALB should allow traffic from web instance, not this web ALB. There is no connection between these two load balancer. The connection is from web instance to the app ALB. Okay, remember this as a big note. So we can stop till here today, and tomorrow components like our user component, cart, shipping, payment, and we will just use this module. Okay, we will just use this module and we can do it within few minutes. Okay, this module, we will use it. You can see there is nothing. Just change this and change the host header. But now you should change some variables like this and maybe some data parameters. Few changes or components will be ready. Okay, and before that, before running these components, I need to make these things available. Redis, MySQL, and RabbitMQ, and that is very easy. You can just copy this, and then we can create the instance easily. Okay. So in tomorrow's session, I will create these database remaining components. I will copy paste these things. And then when I hit join DevOps.online, so our entire application will be ready with high availability. Okay. Because in auto scaling, you can see in auto scaling, the desired maximum capacity is 10 instances, and I am balancing the load into multiple AWS availability zones. Okay. If one availability zone is still some technical issues, obviously our application load balancer is highly available because we selected 2 subnets. Similarly, we selected the instances also into 2 subnets, so it is obviously highly available. Then your instance all secure. I mean secure plus highly available, both. Okay, so that's all for today. You can ask any questions. Yes, Sattar.
Yeah, hi, good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning.
I'm asking the general difference between this Terraform and Kubernetes. That's all.
Terraform and Kubernetes. Those are like apples and oranges. Both are for different purpose.
Okay.
So any other questions from anyone? Maybe you guys are confusing. Even the concepts are not at all new. Okay, just you should have that visualization where the request is going. Yes, Sukumar. Sukumar G. Sukumar G cannot hear you. Any other questions from anyone? So you will get some assignments. Why I'm taking this much time to explain is you will get assignments when you are giving an interview. So they will ask you that. For example, if you see there is one assignment in our website. So this is the real-time assignment. I got it from one of the US company. Okay, what is this? So this is the assignment. You can check this documentation. They will ask for high availability, security, everything. So everybody will ask, they will give you a sample code. It's not this much complex like RoboShop. They will give you a simple one web and then one front end, one back end, and one database. That's all they will give you. Okay, you need to make this everything successful. Okay, you need to create resources, should be completely provisioned via some infrastructure as a code tool. And the presented solution must handle the server failures. For example, if I remove the servers, like where is this? If I remove this one of the web server, it should immediately create another instance. How it will create, or auto scaling will create. You no need to do anything. That's why we are using auto scaling. Okay. Right now it is one instance. For this auto scaling group, responsibility is to maintain the number of instances. Okay, I am shutdowning one instance. Immediately one instance will come up again.
Hi, Shiva.
Yeah, hello, Sukumar.
Am I audible, Shiva?
Yes, you are audible.
Yeah, Shiva. Good morning, Shiva. Actually, I have
Yeah,
a
good morning.
request. We have so many folders like data.tf, provider.tf, main.tf, like that. So
Hmm.
I want to request you when from tomorrow, can you tell me, can you tell us like in main.tf, what are the components, what are the modules we are including or putting? Like that, I have a little bit confusion. We are going to main.tf and we are going to data.tf, parameter.tf. So what?
See, this is we are discussing Terraform from very long. Okay. The
Yeah.
purpose is this: you can keep everything in one TF file. Can
Okay.
keep, you don't need to maintain these many TF files. You can keep everything in a single file. So, but that will confuse you. So that is the only reason we are maintaining in separate files. That's it.
Okay.
Here main.tf, your resource definitions will be there. Data.tf, your data related things. Locals, your local, and shell script provider, your provider configuration. Yes, tell me now.
Yeah, that is my confusion.
Hmm.
Hello.
No need to confuse. I'm just separating it. So can you have a like in single disk like your entire my computer? So you can have a single disk, local disk C.
Okay.
You can have multiple disks C, D, E, F. You can maintain your OS in C, and in D you can create your movies. E you can use it for Office. F you can use it for something else. Why are you doing that? Just for maintenance, right? Just for
Yeah.
easy maintenance.
Yes.
So the same thing
Actually,
here.
in main.tf, we are inserting some security groups like right resources in some
Hmm.
folders, security groups in some folders, right?
That is actually logically, it's not mandatory from Terraform. Okay,
Okay.
it is for our common sense, how you want to create it.
Okay.
So if I create everything in a single file, if another person joins the team tomorrow, he cannot find where he will go mad.
Yeah.
So now if I'm keeping like this, you can see if I'm keeping like this, if another person joins, he can understand VPC related configuration is here, firewalls related configuration is here, VPN related configuration. This is the MongoDB. This is the application load balancer. This is the catalog component. This is the web application load balancer. So this is the web component, user component, something like that. It is very easy for maintenance as well as readability.
Okay, sir. Thank you, Shiva.
Okay. Yeah. So, and you can see this should handle instant failures and components must be updated without downtime. We can do that using Kubernetes. And this is the deployment of the new code. This is the CI/CD part. So once tomorrow we complete this full thing, so we are going to discuss CI/CD. Okay. And databases should be backed up easily. This we can discuss. And you can see this relevant logs for all the types to be accessible. When we discussed ELK, we were pushing the log files to the Kibana. So there you can see the log files. Okay, and yeah, they are saying to deploy it in a cloud. And they are saying to keep the metrics. So this is CDN, we will discuss this. So this is how you get assignments generally from the companies. Okay, maybe not all companies, at least few companies. But if you practice this level, you can easily crack the interview of any, even it's a simple interview or complex interview, you can do it. Okay. Yeah. Any other questions from anyone? If no questions, I can end the session. Have a nice day. See you tomorrow. Tomorrow session we will complete the remaining things and we can enter into the remaining part like CI/CD. Okay. That's all for today. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.